Yes. Hi, subs. So this I've got actually in 2 parts. It's not a...
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't have it as one single episode. I have it as 2 individual episodes. So at some point I'll say, yeah, the episode's ended and I'll do another countdown for the intro for Battle of the Binary Stars. But yeah, we're doing the Vulcan Hello, and we're doing the Battle of the Binary Stars. Are you ready for some bad-looking Klingons?
We're watching both? I don't think I signed up for that.
Some badass looking Klingons? Is that what you said?
Some bad looking Klingons that say Kalesh a lot.
Badass.
Now, here's the thing. No, we'll get into this.
Let's watch the episode.
It's gonna be 3 versus me tonight. So I'm getting my complaining.
Now. Idol seems to be on your side on some.
I like Discovery, but I've come. We'll talk about that later. let's start this.
We'll get to that later.
Yeah.
Are we recording right now?
We are recording. Yeah. You are live. I need a little red light behind me, don't I?
Subs, when we're ready, Idol will let you know.
Yeah, I will eventually. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, hit it.
Execute.
You getting that?
Do we have to pay to see the second half of this file? By the way?
Yeah.
Yes.
To sign up to Idol Plus. Oh yeah, this started like this.
I forgot about this.
Yeah, I did.
Ooh, that's a lovely shot.
That's quite nice. Oh,
I like original language stuff usually, but you can like just hear the mouth prosthetics with this, and it distracts.
It is very, yeah.
I like the idea that this was a Klingon sect as opposed to like the representation of the whole race. Like these were just some fanatics.
Well, yeah, no, these are absolutely like fundamentalists.
Well, even this monologue is doing about tribes.
Yeah.
Klingon are clearly very like divided.
I
into
love
different sects.
their armor designs, though, are so cool.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, we haven't seen Star Trek since, well, apart from the films, but since, these other voyages, and it comes straight back to this.
2005, yeah.
Yeah. 12
10 years.
Yeah.
12 years.
Yeah. It's 2017 this aired.
Yeah, the mouth prosthetic is a little bit too full on.
Yeah.
I just am always just read it as a accent.
I'm getting some echo because I'm hearing it through your thing, Idle.
I'm not sending it. Oh, I am sending it. Sorry. There we go. Remember when Burnham used to be a Vulcan?
She still kind of is.
She does a
She's
great
loosened
job
up.
early on. Yeah.
I wish they would have stuck into that a little more.
Well, I mean, they were doing it in season 3. I haven't seen season 4 yet, but they were still developing that Vulcan side of her. It's just a different take on it.
The crying Vulcan and her dog.
I got very Shikar vibes from this. The Enterprise episode.
Oh, yeah.
Do like they've just walked all this way when they could have just shuttlecraft.
Shuttlecraft, Prime Directive, no.
Phaser rifle, Prime Directive.
It's fine.
General Order 1.
Yeah, General Order 1.
yes,
Can't call it the Prime Directive. It's not Prime Directive yet. See, I do love this opening scene because it's very much a repudiation of we must let the planet die because of the Prime Directive.
Yeah.
I wish they would have like lit a Molotov cocktail and thrown it down instead of using like a phaser rifle.
Yeah, and that's why they didn't transport down.
I love that Michelle Yeoh leans into her Malaysian accent here.
Yes, I remember that was an intentional choice of hers.
Oh.
Because it's important to have that kind of representation.
This is the first time we ever see a 2 female, captain and first officer in the show as well.
Is it really?
According to Memory Alpha.
bizarre. Wow, okay.
Not that many female captains, other than obviously Janeway and Saratoga's captain.
Man, I love the design on these guys, instead of the fact that you see
Yeah.
them for like
Yeah.
5 minutes.
That's one thing Discovery does well is alien creature design is excellent.
Having a budget makes a big difference.
Like 6-7 million an episode.
Is it really? Wow.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, you got to wait 1,000 years for that.
Fit in.
Oh, this bit was corny.
I love it.
Oh, why?
Eh,
Yeah, Star Trek's like immune to being corny.
Well, try walking that far in the desert and see how many of your footprints are left intact.
yeah. That's cool.
Man, I love the Shenzhou design.
Yeah, Shenzhou's good.
Only she could have found sulfur and potassium and saltpeter and combined them into a explosive
Sort of
device.
fireworks,
Or some sort.
yeah.
Yeah.
Now that being said, this does probably reach General Order 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. I like it. I like it. Sorry, I can't. I do.
Okay.
Yeah, I liked it too.
It's a bit Shasharin, I suppose,
Yeah.
but like that's kind of the brand now for Discovery, at least.
I love this intro.
Now I loved these opening
Yeah.
titles.
So good.
Oh yeah,
When they- yeah.
immediately from the beginning, I love the schematic design. Very
it's no
Italian
Enterprise.
Renaissance.
And just the way these intervals here are inverting the
Yeah.
original Star Trek theme.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Just really great.
Jason
Yeah, I'm a
Isaacs.
sucker for that.
Wait, Jason
Why
Isaacs
is he
isn't-
credited? He's
Yeah,
not even in this.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's like a series long thing. He'd have to be
I
for
guess
his,
so,
his
yeah.
credit.
yeah. Because that's the funny thing
Oh,
about
was it?
Discovery is that it takes like 4 or 5 episodes for you to get the full cast in.
This theme reminds me of Bicentennial Man with Robin
yeah.
Williams.
It's been a long time since I heard that theme.
That's an okay movie.
That's a good movie. Yeah, there's
Nicholas
Nicholas
Meyer.
Meyer. Yeah, that's no wonder you like it so much.
That's right. I remember him talking about this at like the 50th anniversary Star Trek convention in like 2016. We were all excited, and then we had to wait for like another year.
That sucked. Brian Fuller, as always, was like, I'm gonna come in, do half a season's work, and then leave.
He barely did that. He was dropped before it aired.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah. But he's got to be credited. So,
Yeah. Well, he did, the original concept, so. Well, it's story by, so yeah.
nice.
Great warp.
I love the warp design for this. So they did it in Beyond as well.
And the Shenzhou is just solid ship porn.
Yeah.
I love how the bridge is underneath as well.
Yeah.
It's a lot more sensible of a design.
Yeah.
I love the little worker bee. It's very Enterprise design.
Yeah. Round and round we go.
Yeah, modern cinematography, I'm afraid.
But makes you a bit ill, actually.
Hey, but they did this kind of cinematography on the pilot of TOS.
that's
They
true, yeah.
tried to. They zoomed in through the. It's a direct callback to that.
Let's try spinning. That's a good trick.
Hey, Saru.
Man, I got so used to seeing them in those bright uniforms.
forgot how much more cramped Shenzhou Bridge is.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's an old school ship, right?
Hmm.
No fireplace.
Yeah, this is more of an Enterprise design, which I kind of appreciate. Tech hygiene. I like that.
Apparently,
That's a
the
cool
average
concept.
Walmart electrical budget is $18,000 a month.
Wow, really? A month? Wow.
Just seeing all these lights everywhere reminded me of that.
Yeah, they weren't subtle with the redress to the Discovery Bridge, were they?
They have budget, but not that much budget.
Hmm. I appreciate the interplay between these three.
Hmm.
Yeah, especially considering where it goes.
Hmm. Hmm. No, you don't. And I don't.
I like that Burnham maintains her Vulcan snobbishness.
Oh
early on
yeah,
in this series.
she's very stiff.
Get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out. I'm so used to seeing her with natural hair that seeing it straightened is weird.
Wow.
You're such a bitch. I love it. Yeah.
I hate it as much as you guys love it. That's
You don't like the conflict between the second and third officers? First and second officers?
I don't like it as an introduction.
I mean, it's important for where the relationship goes. Like for season 1 especially, it's all about him learning to trust her. Not to mention, it is kind of a little bit of a spin on the McCoy Kirk Spock relationship. Like I could see them having this conversation.
Yeah,
Right.
but they didn't start out doing that in episode 1.
No, but it is a case of it's a different era of storytelling. You have to like noodles.
This is an instant classic makeup with Saru.
Noodle soup.
Yeah.
Mom's so wise. Little Malaysian shadow puppet on Giorgio's shelf.
Like I love that they went to the
Perhaps-
effort of dressing it for
Yeah, perhaps some foreshadowing to later in the season.
I like that UV suit.
Yeah, it's very an evolution of the modern NASA design, or the Enterprise one as well, actually.
Well, the Shenzhou and this suit are very anime-esque, which I
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
appreciate.
you are quite right there. This is very
I don't know if you
Japanese
need
oriented.
that level of shoulder pad in space.
Well, it's because it's the thruster pack, right? Like, kind of like EV suit
Right.
Spock when he's like in the motion picture.
Damn it, you got me my NFL space
Well,
suit.
that's backpack, is it not?
Well, yeah, because this is like shoulder backpack, like it's a thruster pack.
It might be
I'm
like
pretty
some-
sure that's what it's for. 'Cause
maybe it's like thrusters in there or something for like.
I'm pretty sure because she launches, doesn't she?
Right, yeah.
Yeah, like, because the rest of the
It's-
EV suits do not look like this.
Yeah, it's definitely a callback to motion picture
Mhm.
EV suits Spock launching.
Should have been orange. Hashtag not my trek.
Yeah, see, look, you got the thruster jets going off.
Yeah, this is completely a motion picture. Call back, call forward.
Yeah, complete with the countdown, right?
Yeah.
It does have the countdown in motion picture.
Same shot, except there's not a giant space.
Yeah,
Anus.
it is actually. I didn't realize that this
Yeah.
is all a homage to TMP. That's
Oh
cool.
yeah. I don't think the igniter detaches though, which was cool in the movie.
Hmm.
Can't get that past Idle. He knows every TMP reference.
I get to the bit where they're panning around the Enterprise and they just pass out with joy.
So there's something I actually really appreciate this stuff about Burnham, and they keep on coming back to it. She loves going really, really fast.
Oh yeah.
Go fast.
She loves speed, which I appreciate.
So she's the
It's a
Sonic the
fun
Hedgehog
little-
of Star Trek.
Yeah, she's got to go fast.
She's like chili dogs.
Are chili dogs logical?
Probably.
Why are they called chili when they are in fact warm?
It is not logical.
Illogical.
That's a cool shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They should have beamed something onto her eyeball while she was flying through space.
Stop it.
I do love the netting for her head as well. That is very NASA. Like
Mhm.
classic 60s astronaut. So weird seeing Detmo without the implant.
Right.
Back when she was happy. She never would be again.
No, I see her on other TV shows, and it's like, where's your implant?
I had the same thing
You
with
look at
Jerry
Michael
Ryan.
Dorn in other projects and like, yeah, where's your forehead ridges?
I didn't even notice that Scott Steiner chainmail helmet before. Now I can't not see it.
She's a genetic freak. Ooh.
She's not normal.
Something alien, one may say.
The Thaleron generator is powering
Yeah,
up.
it's got kind of that design with the wings.
Very young Patrick Stewart pops out.
Something I love that they've retained from old Star Trek is the idea that radiation is just like you have an amount of time you can get before it becomes lethal, but as long as you get back before then, it's fine.
It's Rejak.
Rajak.
I love the Klingon EV suit design. Sorry, spoilers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, there you go.
There you go. It was a 3-second spoiler.
Yeah, I'm being considerate.
I thought you'd put up more of a fight than that.
Well, Klingons are not known for EV suit combat. Even Worf struggled.
Jury rigor trait missing, by the way.
Yep. The fighting in this entire pilot is a little subpar, but
It's hard.
Well, you
to
didn't really
make-
get much hand-to-hand, right?
You can't make spacesuit fighting dynamic. You're in like this bulky ass slow thing.
Well, unless you're in
Low
Gundam,
grav.
yeah.
Ah, it's Commander
You
VR.
get you get a fight at the end.
Yeah. I was just realizing, like, why did she react like so strongly that she immediately had to kill that Klingon? And I was like, oh yeah, because they haven't explained the trauma yet. I forgot about that. About her past and everything. Man, they got him ready for burial quick.
Never doubt a Klingon weaver. 5,000 rugs per minute.
5,000. Wow.
It would later reuse that shroud to embalm Harry Kim on an asteroid in the Delta Quadrant.
Who does Rejak get swapped with then? Yeah, I think the combination of the mouth prosthetic and the fact that they're going for a more... Because it's more like how Mark Okran designed the language to be spoken, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's that thing where it's like, it's meant to be Klingon, but it doesn't sound right to the ear.
It's interesting. I did not have a problem with it.
I don't have a
speed.
problem with it, but it is just very different.
I thought it was slow.
I mean, I
Yeah,
suppose it could
slow
be
is right, yeah.
It's an accent, isn't it? It could be a regional dialect of Klingon.
What are you talking about? As far as... Yeah.
See, I like here they threw this in. This is good.
Yeah, the death scream,
Yeah.
yeah. I was told that all Star Trek cultures are monocultured and they have no variation.
Okay, this shot here with the GoPro, is that good or bad?
The GoPro.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean.
I think it's a cool way to reveal the ship.
Yeah.
I like it more than the one they did in Strange New Worlds episode 10. Because it makes for a cool reveal shot. Like, I think that's a nicer way to do it. And there's also incredibly metal and Warhammer 40k about using the dead warriors as your armor.
In the grim dark of the future, there is only honor.
The learning boxes, learning spheres.
That's right.
Yeah, I like these.
This is before they attack the Master Control program with Tron and.
I trust you have prepared fresh insults for me today.
That's a great scene.
How do you feel? Like shit,
Vulcan
actually. Thank you.
computers.
Yeah.
Vulcan computers love to screw with you.
Yeah, they love going for the jugular.
A turtle is lying on its back on the side of the road. She's a replicant.
You know, I kind of would like this scene swapped before she goes out.
Yeah, I wouldn't have minded that.
Yeah.
Because then you know she's going into something that's gonna, and then you watch more intently how she reacts and that sort of thing.
I wouldn't mind that.
Interesting.
James Frayne.
God, Sarek, you're such a cunt, but I do like you.
Such a dick.
Yeah, he's good. He's good as Sarek.
Oh, James Frayne is incredible.
It makes
They
sense
should have brought him back for
story-wise.
Strange New Worlds.
They
It
should
makes
have.
sense for the flashback to be while she's unconscious healing, but just
But
as a
for
viewer, I might have
character
liked it.
theming, yeah, no, I agree with you.
Yeah.
Who undressed me?
You're not Culber.
Yes, we get it. Burnham's hot.
Oh. It's
Oh, is
way
that-
less exploitative than in Enterprise.
Yeah, they've only
Yeah,
just
where's the gel?
decommissioned the decon chamber.
Good.
Those gushing skin wounds just make her seem like girl next door, though, so it's okay.
I can relate. No, that's about right.
Yeah.
Haven't heard from the Klingons in 100 years, but they raided her parents' outpost.
Yeah, haven't heard them. Have
Okay.
seen one.
Okay.
Yeah.
They haven't seen them. Yeah, it's like the Romulans.
Yeah.
Everyone knows Klingons attack in stealth.
They do, actually. They have cloaking devices. Not to mention, you assume that Klingons left anyone alive, apart from Michael. Hmm. We should shoot at it. Oh, face cannons.
Get the grappler.
A whim?
I would love it if it still had grapplers. That'd be hilarious.
Probably does.
Like, this is...
Zorn, what are you doing here?
There it is.
That's sort of Picard, Borg, decloaking-esque.
Yeah.
Yeah, green isn't usually a color I associate with the Klingons.
I'm sad we lost Daft Punk crew person.
Yeah!
Yeah.
Never see the robot again, do you?
I do have that crew in Star Trek Online, and yeah, it's cool. It's a cool look.
Mm.
What was the name of the Star Wars guy with the thing on either side of his head?
That's just an implant, I think.
From Bespin.
Oh, Lobot. Yeah.
Lobot, that's it. Yeah, the guy reminds me of Lobot.
Yeah. This is a classic shot. I like that there are different elevations.
Yeah. Why is it lo-fi radio?
To communicate that it's a transmission. It's for the viewer to understand.
On AM radio. Tune in
Yes.
wrong, you'll get talk sport.
I mean, to be fair, when they say broadcast at all frequencies, that's probably what they mean.
Fair enough. That's not Ash Tyler. Oops, spoilers.
Oh, terrible.
Wow.
Is this
Why
the
are you-
actual actor though?
I
What?
believe so.
In the makeup?
Yeah, I believe so, yeah.
Ash-
I don't think it's dubbed.
He's credited for it.
It's
Is
a
that-
really
is
good
that
performance.
Vogue?
Like
Oh,
I did
that's
not see it.
No, this is Vogue. This is Ash.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
Vok.
That's Vogue.
Yeah,
And that is Shazad Latif, yes.
like I didn't
You-
see
you
that
can
coming
hear it.
until.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't. It caught me by surprise.
They fake.
Yeah.
They did a fake out with the actor, didn't they? They made up an actor that was in Vogue's costume. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
turns out
It's
he
like
never
his
existed.
grandfather's name.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's only because you've heard his voice like 2 seasons that you can immediately tell, but
Yeah.
otherwise it's like, yeah, it's really well hidden.
Yeah, yeah. On a first viewing, it's a great choice.
Mm.
Do you think that's a fake hand?
No, that's definitely real.
Yes, no, he
Got it.
completely burned his hand for
He's
it.
a method
Yeah,
actor.
he's going full Peter O'Toole, Lords of Arabia. Trick is just not minding it.
Yeah.
Dude, that's
All
how
right, Michael
Klingon
Fassbender.
suntan. It's nice to see skin tones.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah.
I think to me that makes more sense than like giant restructured bones in the head of Romulans.
Yeah, I do think that the heads do go a bit too far back for what we ever saw of classic Klingons, but I don't mind the redesign.
Laurel.
Yeah.
Hey, Laurel. How far she goes. And I do like the fancy Batleth.
He's like, actually, I can't hold that right now. I'd literally just burned my hand.
Can I like get like an analgesic cream?
I need some aloe.
It's A''LOE.
That's right. Aloe.
Hey, Lobot.
Got his blinky lights going.
And it is,
What's the
it
point
is
in that?
a good contrast, though, with the low lighting.
Mm.
I don't know about that lens flare, though.
Well, yeah, it's about 2009. They got rid of doing that later on, I feel like.
This show is beautifully shot. I find.
Get out of the way, crewman. You're in the way of the shot.
Holographic. Metal.
Stu's got a bit more grey on his side of his head there. Looks
A little
like
bit.
stubble. I wonder if that's like the back of
It's
Dr.
bald.
Should have given him the Patrick Stewart ring of balding hair around the neck. So you know he's
It's a
an
very
old
fashionable
Kelpian.
look, I'll have you know.
Yeah, quite.
We're gonna get turbo fucked.
Look how well Doug Jones acts through this layer of makeup.
Yeah,
Like,
he's so good.
He basically lives in prosthetics. I don't know how he does it, but
And he does it again in What We Do in the Shadows when he plays the Baron and that.
yeah, Shape of Water, Silver Surfer.
Pan's
Probably.
Labyrinth.
Alright.
Mr. Noodle. Oh, no, that's the other guy.
Yeah. Bill Owen. Hey, Admiral, how about you suck my nuts?
You may certainly not.
Hmm.
Would Fleet... Oh. I guess that was a reference to her Vulcan thing. I was going to say, would Fleet Admiral really know, like, the Klingon tie into her?
Well, yeah, because she's a diplomatic, like,
Yeah, the
a
Vulcan
thing
thing
just be
makes
worn.
sense, though.
Yeah. Gamma Hydra Section 10. No. I forgot about this.
Yeah, this made no sense.
It's the EMH.
It's just the background the Ferengi use whenever they hail.
That's true.
Your human appearances once again shock us.
I love it. They come back on scene, they're just wearing sunglasses.
Look, the 23rd century is bright enough you gotta wear shades.
Can't they like turn that down?
They're working on it. Mute.
No. I mean, like the light too. Like we have transition sunglass lenses.
Yeah.
Like they can't do that with the view screen yet.
They can just turn the ship around.
Yeah, no, turn it around.
Literally, just point your ass at it.
Show our ass, Commander.
I appreciate that response. It's relevant, I promise.
Yeah.
Kirk, Admiral James T.
Handy, I was just
That was a
standing
quick
here in the comms
response.
room. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
That quick, eh?
Subspace is very quick. That was almost warm.
Are these uniforms a little different to the regular season 1 and 2 ones? They seem a bit more cottony, less shiny.
I don't think so.
Well, also the lighting's very different
Yeah,
because
that's
of
true,
the
yeah.
torch gone off. Burnham, you're a xenoanthropologist. Why did you not twig this?
Are they lighting him from the same source?
Yeah.
Well, because it's light interacting with light.
Yeah, but I don't think it works that way. Like I don't think holograms get.
Yeah, you can't. You shouldn't. Yeah, the light should just pass straight
Well, he's
through.
also sitting on her desk, which doesn't make any
Yeah.
sense either. But
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't sure if that was like the Vulcan suns or, but it's on the same side.
Yeah, he's standing between the Vulcan suns right now.
He's in an EV suit.
He's actually in the next room. She's just being really lazy.
No, he's in the Nexus.
Yeah. Oh, well,
I gotta say, I absolutely hate this scene. They're like at red alert. Everyone's running around. She's like, "Hold on, I gotta go talk to my dad for some counseling."
Well, she does get some tactical advice.
Yeah, but it's just so like out of place.
Yeah. But that's why I appreciate that she has to clarify that it's relevant.
She spends most of the season being out of place, though. So.
Well, yeah, the show running for this season especially was just a mess.
You guys like that collar, right?
I like it. It's asymmetrical. I know that bugs some people, but I like it.
Which one? What?
it bugged me at first, but I grew to like it.
What, Burnham's?
The asymmetrical collar.
It's okay. Yeah, no, I like it.
See, this is one of those instances where both sides are wrong. There's no way to avoid a fight.
But Michael was wrong in the end because, like, she committed mutiny.
Well, that's wrong, but what she's saying here is not necessarily wrong.
No. But the way she's conducting
But
herself
now
is
she's
different.
overstepping herself, yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, no, you don't do that on the bridge.
This is the thing, like, the other thing that gives me pause in this as well. They've served together 7 years. There's obviously a level of decorum they should know and have.
Well, she's emotionally compromised, and she is.
Yeah.
Did Riker ever do this to Picard? I mean, actually, he probably did, didn't he? Pegasus was kind of almost this kind of situation.
Well,
he
Data
didn't to it immediately,
dressed down his first officer. This Worf in the same way.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
even Worf was just like grumbling under his breath. He wasn't like yelling at him.
I mean, that's almost as bad. He was doing it multiple times. Mm-hmm.
It's okay. She's got another life.
She'll go on and live in Everything Everywhere all at once.
Oh, that's such a good film.
Mm.
Praise the donut.
Now, see, Michael, your problem was that you didn't follow this point of like thought through, and you just used it as a way to get under Giorgio's skin.
Michelle Yeoh's like, you only get to do that once. Next time,
Yeah.
I'm kicking your ass.
Well, also she fucks it up, which I think is hilarious.
Can they
You're
not
acting
read?
super weird.
Can they not read target locks in this era?
They can, yeah.
Oh, stop spinning around people. This is I love Discovery, but I wish they wouldn't do this so often.
Yeah, I don't mind the camera moving, but it is a little bit too much. Yeah.
I like that Giorgio
Yeah.
is such a badass. She recovered from the Vulcan neck pinch in like 30 seconds.
Well, I always assumed that was because Burnham, being human, can't do
Yeah.
it properly.
Oh, I assumed it was because Michelle Yeoh can jump a motorcycle on top of a moving train.
It's both. Time to turbo fucking. Man, Star Trek loves the trope of showing the screens filling up with like icons representing ships.
They should have sent Burnham out to get a bunch of automated mining ships with Starfleet signatures.
Don't care for these Klingon ship designs, if I'm honest. They're okay.
They're very different,
Yeah.
which again, they wanted
Okay.
to go with something unique.
That is the end of part 1. We shall do part 2. Now, let me just queue it up. And...
Bring this up again in the real talk, but the fact that they stuck the second part of this episode behind a paywall was inexcusable.
Yeah, no.
Nah.
Not a good way to do it.
Okay, going with the 2nd
Don't
part.
worry, now everything is paywalled.
Yeah, well, yeah. And the movies, which are on a different paywall. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Punch it.
Mutiny.
Mutiny. Rebel against authority.
Emotional trauma.
Oh, yeah. Previously on Star Trek
Yeah, here's a
Discovery.
recap, yeah.
Did they release this as a 2-parter or was seamlessly? Or...
I feel like I remember watching it as a two-parter.
Yeah, they released the first part on broadcast television
Yeah.
on CBS, and then they stuck the second part behind
Yeah.
the CBS All Access paywall.
Which wasn't that like the only ratings number we ever got for Discovery?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because no one ever talks about what they get on streaming services now.
Okay, I'll let the subs know when the actual episode starts. Yeah, it starts now.
There we go, yeah.
Yeah. You can tell it's the past. She has her hair down. I like these transporters. I like how kind of almost
They're very old school.
yeah,
like
a bit
it.
steampunk, aren't they? With the big like reflectors at the back.
Well, they feel like they're made of found parts, like the TOS transporters are made of. Michael's hair journey continues.
Yeah. How many hairstyles can we put her in? Can we match Kate Mulgrew? No one ever says peace. I love that little bit, behave. No one ever says peace and long life anymore.
No. Well, there we go. They explained it. It's lateral vector.
We don't believe in throwing away old busted shit.
This is good. Look how snooty she is. This is perfect.
She's
Yeah, no,
blinking.
she's like, there's no openness.
She blinks a lot when she talks. Until she doesn't.
Yeah, I know. I was watching her, and then like you immediately got proved wrong, and I'm like, that's all good for Idle. She's like, oh, I thought you were gonna be shitty like I'm being.
She's too used to Sarek.
Yeah.
That's right. Well, that's
let
why
me-
Sarek placed her here, right?
Yeah.
Let me tell you about my other brother, Cybok.
Man, I'm so sad we never got Cyborg in Discovery.
Hold on. Well, I mean,
Stay tuned.
1,000 years separates them, I'm afraid.
That's nothing.
That's never stopped him.
True. True.
We never saw a body.
that's right. We don't know what happens.
Oh no, he became Shakari. Oh yeah, and he's a lieutenant now instead of commander.
I would allow Cybok only if the actor has a better name than Lawrence Luckinbill.
You mean a worse name?
No, better.
No, Lawrence Luckinbill is the shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you can top Larry Luckinbill,
Okay, right,
then
right.
I will allow Cybok in.
I thought you were casting aspersions on my boy Larry, and I couldn't stand that.
Big Larry. I think they have tasers in the.
We have stun setting.
Yeah, but I mean, you think they still make tasers for like non-military people?
I'm trying to. Do we ever see that? I feel like they would do.
America's very pro-phaser in this century.
Well, I mean, never forget the first Klingon on Earth. He got shot in the chest with a phaser shotgun. So
Yeah. Which I loved, by the way. I wish it was on for that episode.
Blah, 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 blah,
Should've
blah.
come on.
I actually really love Broken Bow. Broken Bow, as the Brits say. They just
Yeah, I appreciated that. The racing kept saying bow.
Broken Boo. But no, I genuinely do love the Discovery credits. I love that they change them every season. They're always a little bit different.
Yeah.
I want something to hummable or singable, and this is just like an aesthetic kind of music.
I know what you mean.
Like
Even,
something like Rod Stewarty.
Every time we make a terrible joke, on the show, you know how we go like da 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 da. da,
Yeah,
you know,
you
like,
are right,
That's like a
yeah.
fun thing.
Like even Strangely
And you
Wells
can't-
who can't. I think that's kind of the fault of Jeff Russo. Is like he is good to a point, but he doesn't have that same kind of magic that like Dennis McCarthy or name escapes me. The other big prolific one.
Michael
who died
Giacchino.
Goldsmith.
Goldsmith, yes. Jerry Goldsmith, yes, that's the one.
Well, Giacchino as well, because I think the Prodigy theme may well be the single best
No,
Star Trek theme.
Giacchino's really good.
Watched Werewolf by Night recently, which he also directed. Absolutely astounding.
Yes.
So,
The
AC
fact that he can direct that well. The fact that he can direct that well is not fair.
How dare he? Yeah, these designs are very un-Klingon, but I don't. I think as designs I like them, but for Klingon, not necessarily. You know what part of the problem is? Part of the problem is that they established what the 22nd century Klingon bird of prey looks like, which is basically just a dumbed down version of the 24th, and that's what hurts it really.
But you know,
But if we
look at,
accept that
like,
this is a renegade sect,
No, but the problem
They
is
would
all
develop
these
it.
ships are from the 24 different tribes.
well,
I think the justification they've come up for it in expanded lore is that it's Herc technology, you know, the Forerunner race that left behind all their technology, so
Yeah.
justify why Klingons can even get off their own planet, because how the hell did they engineer anything?
They have a lot of
that
slave
Kenneth
races,
Mitchell?
don't they? The Klingons. They do enslave a lot of people. Like, they're not a
Yeah,
nice
I think
race.
we
That's
were-
never been made canon.
but logically, it makes sense that the Klingons would acquire
Yeah.
technology. It would sort of be like
Yeah.
an assimilation race.
Borg-esque.
Well, yeah, Martok does say that, you know, we don't make contact with other cultures, we assimilate them.
This is where the
Or
alien
conquer them,
eggs
conquer
are
them.
on LV.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
426,
LV221,
yeah.
I'm getting Takuvma flashbacks. I forgot about this.
Yeah.
I like how they have
And this is when he gets
redundant nostrils.
clotheslined.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that would be very Klingon to have redundant nostrils. Man. Shut up, kid. We all want to play Fortnite.
I'm suddenly reminded of that, like, anatomy picture of a Klingon where it's half without skin, and you see, like, the lattice design on the ribs. Because
Yeah.
apparently they said in script that they have, like, X number of ribs, so he had to think of a way to incorporate that.
Yeah, it's like, I love that anatomy.
I don't think I've seen that. You have to send that to us.
Yeah, I think it's in Dan Curry's book. I think I've got it over there.
Ah.
Yeah, let me find it.
I do love that you see Cole here. I love Cole. He's so good.
Kenneth Mitchell.
Yeah.
God bless his soul. He is struggling.
All right, I'm gonna send you that.
As I
image.
recall, this is where they wanted to get Michael Dorn.
Oh, really?
They wanted him to be a representative of House Moog,
Why
who
didn't
would
he?
back out because they didn't offer him enough money.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, he
Oh,
would
that's
have
a shame.
jumped to. He would have jumped to get back in.
No, because like
Seriously?
the amount of prosthetics he would have had to wear for it, I can imagine it was like, if you're not going to pay me enough, I'm not sitting in the makeup chair for however long it takes to apply this particular style of makeup. Yeah, but I think that would have been awesome if he turned up. That would have been
You
such
know-
a fun.
These high collars remind me of the pack lids.
Oh no, the hierarchy. You know the.
Oh, yeah,
puffy-
yeah, that's right.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
right.
I was like the package, no, the hierarchy.
Sorry,
Yeah,
the
absolutely.
Delta Quadrant pack lids.
Yeah.
I appreciate the subtitles.
Well, yeah, you'd be struggling without them, wouldn't you? I love almost all of the designs that show up here, apart from one or two that look awful.
No, these are great.
The Buran's cool. Oh well, yeah, there was it. There's the Buran there as the. Oh,
There's the Cardenas, there's the
Yeah.
Malakowski.
Yeah, they showed out the Shran in there. I think was one of
Yeah.
the ships they named.
And I think the Toplana
Yes.
Hath as well.
yeah.
Yeah, the names they shout out are great.
Hmm.
Not the Buran, but the same class that the Buran is, which is a
The Cardenas, yeah.
Cardenas class. Yeah, you're right. Sorry,
Yeah, the fauna cell
Yeah.
design.
I like that one.
The Cardassian anus.
I'm sorry, it's a real name.
It's four-nacelled.
Yeah. I do love this moment where he's like, "Wait for it." It's like what? It's like showing your friends a YouTube video. Yeah, yeah. He's like, "This is part of the YouTube video. Wait for it. Wait for it." Yeah. And I like this. The idea of destroying individuality is an interesting critique of the Federation that they keep on coming back to.
This is also very representative of what's going on in the U.S.
Hmm.
at this point in time.
Oh, here it
Yeah.
goes. Kicking off.
Yeah, that started quick. Ooh, bad hit. Bye, Robot. Things are fucked, Captain.
Are they?
Q's are holding? Oh, maybe they didn't have a chance to get shields up.
Well, I don't know. Still looks
They
like
did
they're
get
not
surprise attacked, but...
gonna be. True. There he goes.
Yeah, there we go.
That's
the
cool.
Shepherd class, if I recall.
That is,
I love
yes.
that one.
USS Gagarin.
Nice.
Wait. Is it the Gagarin? No, it might not be the Gagarin.
The Gagarin's the one that gets blown up in episode 5.
That's right.
Oof. Hey, Gan, I look forward to seeing you in season 2. Well, kind of. Oh, we're about to get the best scene in the pilot coming up.
This is the best scene.
Yeah. It's a...
It's got a young Henry Cavill vibe about him. Or Anton Yelchin as well.
A little bit.
It's a nice, it's a nice little performance here.
Yeah.
Like a young ensign who's never seen combat.
And I appreciate that she doesn't try to manipulate him.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah.
But,
Though probably would have been better for him.
well, wouldn't have had much of a chance. That's rough.
Literally a flashback. It flashes to the past.
Yeah, that's fine though. Man, Vulcan spirituality is busted. In fact, you just bring someone back to the dead by giving them a piece of your soul.
I mean, he's like, my 2 sons are broken, so maybe I'll try this alien chick.
Both of them are broken, huh?
I like that. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In terms of establishing just how turbo fucked they are, it's really effective. Look, realistic damage mapping.
Take that, Voyager.
We can do that now. And I was actually watching to see if Burnham would do the wake up, go, because she always does that, but not in this time.
Oh, I thought we were in German language version for a second. I'm like, what?
Das Brig. Yeah, this is a great scene.
Yeah.
He's flanked by like the ghost of Obi-Wan and Yoda.
Was this ever established that they could do long-range communication telepathically?
This is the first time we ever see someone doing something like this, so...
No, Spock senses when the ship of
Vija.
Vulcans is destroyed in TOS.
That's true.
Well, right, but that was like empathic, not telepathic.
Well, yeah, but like I said, he has a part of her soul, which is not really a thing we've seen done before. I done diddly done fucked up.
Which we do. I mean, we see it like in Enterprise when Archer has Sirach's Katra, and then they have this whole conversation like this.
Right.
Yeah. But that's the thing, it's a case of not having someone who's dead Kartra, it's having a part of someone who's alive Kartra. That's the new wrinkle to it.
Well, unless this is part of Katra, sort of Sarek's Katra in her that she's talking to, not Sarek himself. That would make more sense to me.
Yeah.
Well, either one works, in my mind. I love that.
Yeah. Logical love.
Formerly a HR manager before he became an ambassador.
That's right. What's your 5-year plan?
Yeah, it does kind of work regardless of if it's a part of him in her or if it's actually him.
I think it's hard to explain away if it's like actual telepathy across sectors.
Yeah, because I don't think they ever make reference to this conversation again.
You'll see, they're in the mycelial network. That's what all those particles are. It's telepathy happening from the...
Yeah. The Catrick network. you just get cross-connected. Hello, I want to be connected to Commander Burnham. Just a minute.
Hot
Sounds like a
signals in
dating
your area
website.
and only on the Catrick network.
Yeah. And then you get cross-connected and it's like Miss Cleo. It's like, come now. That's bad.
Yeah, classic bit of bridge blown out.
Yeah, you got Nemesis.
I like how also they didn't just destroy the ship; they just left it. Like you never usually see that in Star Trek as well. You never see because they go back to it, don't they?
Yeah.
Oh, we're watching Stargate now.
A little bit. But it's a cool bird of prey design.
Correction, so that's blown out.
That's a bad way to go. You can brace all you want.
Shakari?
The green hand of Abraham Lincoln.
I mean, basically. Now, I forget what this one is called.
The Europa. That's the Admiral ship, isn't it? I don't know the class. Though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't remember. It's got a cool design, though. Has, like, it's differently staggered nacelles.
This is very blue. I feel like I'm in an aquarium right now.
Jaeger. Nice.
That's such a weird thing. Why? Oh, is he talking to his own communications officer?
Yeah,
Oh,
he's talking
yeah.
his own.
Yeah, it makes sense, actually, because bridges are fairly standardized in terms of where the positions are.
Discovery does the guy on the Discovery does like a double take. He's like, oh, never mind.
Yeah, he's like me, no, him, yo.
Him, okay.
That's another Night at the Roxbury reference. You, me, you,
Yeah,
me,
yeah.
me.
There
No,
you
you.
go.
Okay, okay.
Absolutely. You're gonna slip one in.
He's named it as Envoy.
He should just be like, and by the way, Admiral, have you ever heard of something called Pearl Harbor? Man, this is a rough one. This is a rough way to go.
Big Max Headroom vibes from that.
look out the window. Oh yeah, this is fucked. This is a really cool effect.
Yeah, like this.
Yeah.
Man,
That's
like
good.
watching the whole buckle.
Cleave ship.
Yeah. That's rough. That's very Klingon. Like, prepared for ramming speed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And also, that's way more impressive than anything in Nemesis in terms of visual, like, effects.
Yeah. I mean, granted, they have like 20 years on... 15 years on Nemesis.
Yeah, true. But way bigger budget on the Nemesis.
Oh.
Hey, 47, nice.
Yeah.
That's a cute little reference. Ooh, that's a big boom. Shouldn't Giorgio have gone blind from watching that?
She's actually Miranda Jones, and she already was blind.
She got a sense of dress
sense of
learned into her
dress.
uniform. Yeah.
Douchebag om Nochrin.
We are freighter transporting.
We am thy freighter.
ah! I like how there's like a hierarchy of how easily they're handling the prosthetic, and it's like Shazad Latif, then Mary Chieffo, and then Takuma Zakta. As like they're like struggling a little bit, but like there's a hierarchy of how well they can do it.
Second hierarchy reference, also.
Mm.
I had to do a horror movie once where I had like teeth prosthetics like that.
Oh, really?
So it's definitely a challenge to talk.
Somewhere Antark is shaking his fist.
They grew them back.
Oh, this is the scene, yeah.
This is the scene. This is very TOS.
I should tell you guys about the lift at my work, which is the most depressed sounding lift ever.
Oh yeah.
Third floor.
That's great.
Opening
I love
doors.
logicking.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the most classic Trek thing in the world, destroying computers with logic. It's so good.
Yeah. Computer, everything I tell you is a lie.
I'd like it better if Verna made the computer attracted to her in some way. That would be classic Star Trek.
Where's the Kirk analogy here?
Mm.
They bring in lots of that.
He's like, I like the coward's way out.
It's funny how much mommy issues both Saru and Burnham have with
Oh
Georgia.
yeah, no end of them. Little did we know that Saru's motto is "Like sheet steel."
Booyaka, booyaka. They have Oompa Loompas inside the worker bees.
I don't think it's legal to hire them anymore.
How do you not have autopilot for those things?
No, they have actual
To be
bees.
fair, they're pretty antiquated.
Real bees that have achieved sentience.
Okay, that makes sense then.
That's why they're called worker bees. There's a hive in every worker bee.
I'm here.
Or you could go over there and get your flesh eaten by Cole. Your choice.
What? That's crazy. That would never happen on a Star Trek show.
I can't believe
Can't believe
you've
you've
done
done. Yeah.
This falls apart for me. I'm not entirely sure what Burnham has done wrong here.
She tried to mutiny against the captain. Actually,
Yeah, but how did that cause the Klingons to suddenly appear and attack?
it did not.
No.
That's the thing. Is
Yeah,
like
this is a
everyone
big
else
plot hole in
conflates
this
it.
pilot.
Well,
Yeah.
that's the thing is that everyone else conflates it as she started the war, but she didn't.
No.
Because I imagine
Well-
all the reporting on this war was not very well conducted and inaccurate. Like Giorgio doesn't blame her for that. I don't think,
Right.
because she never actually managed to fire anything.
Giorgio's not around to stick up for her later.
Exactly. Yeah, it's very easy
Right.
for the Admiralty to say, "No, we didn't fuck up, and the Klingons were going to do this regardless of what happened. It was this officer that fucked up." That's the easy way out.
And she did kill the first Klingon, so like as a headline
Yeah.
or talking point, that's really easy to pin on someone.
Exactly. Not only does she kill that Klingon, but she also kills Takuvma later. So it's like really easy to lay it on her.
Well, it's I mean,
Right.
shit's already hot by then, but
Yeah. It's also worth noting that what they do here is technically a war crime.
Cisco nods approvingly.
Yeah, actually. Cisco and Janeway and Archer.
She can live with herself. Can live with it.
Yeah.
Coffee
She's like,
black.
I'm living in 1,000 years. The Geneva Convention doesn't apply to me anymore. Oh, I forgot. It's not even Burnham that comes up with that planet shit. It's Giorgio.
They should just phaser the dead Klingons as they're tracked beaming them back.
Why? Why would you do this?
They're already at war
Oh.
anyway.
So that justifies disintegrating their corpses?
Kittimer Accords aren't for 30 years. All right. There's no rules of war here.
What tactical purpose does it solve to destroy the corpses?
It doesn't. It's just a big fuck you to the Klingons.
They're not zombies.
Not yet. Who knows what kind of Herc technology they have over there?
I see. I thought they said they didn't have power for transporters.
Well,
Now they do,
some.
I guess.
They found something.
Yeah. Oh, no, wait, it was a scattering field, wasn't it? Oh, I forget.
I haven't heard a word of dialogue because we've all been talking, so I don't know.
I thought that'd be more ideal for you, Auto. Yeah.
Actually, it has made this rewatch easier.
I should put the subtitles on, really, shouldn't I?
Kablamzo.
Dude, if you have them, absolutely, yeah. Because we're always talking over these things.
Yeah.
I'll do it next time. Next episode.
Haha, war crime successfully achieved.
You'll do it for Mantrap? Great.
Oh, the tactical jackets. The tac vests. And I do love that, starting with your pistol drawn. That makes a lot more sense.
Works for me.
Yeah, it's because women can't draw their weapons as fast as a man
Well,
can.
Stop it.
It was also clearly justified. Look, man, it's not my fault that men shoot super quick.
That's the writer's justification, not mine.
Men just shoot too quick. It's not their fault.
It's not me speaking. It's just me speaking
premature
through the writers.
evisceration.
Can't believe you've done this.
I was so mad at this.
Oh, I don't blame you.
This
Yeah, I
outcome.
don't blame you.
But little did I know that it was opening a door for something even better.
Oh, that's rough. Like crushing her skull.
Where are the rest of the Klingons gone? Oh, I suppose the explosion. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, no, like the neck of the ship got blown off. Like,
this is bad action choreography, considering you have one of the all-time greatest action stars in the world as your Captain Giorgio.
Yeah. Oh, they
well,
make
it's
up
also
for it
not
later,
shot particularly well.
Yeah.
Yeah, they get better. It gets way better on this show.
Yeah. Just a bit of a rough start, really.
Little did Burnham know that she'd sleep with that Klingon and he'd become the head of Section 31. What are the odds?
Ooh. Ooh, that's a rough one.
Is his blood purple?
Pink, isn't it?
Yeah, it should be, pinky purplish.
Pink purple.
Pepto-Bismol.
Royal blood.
I mean, that would actually make sense. Like on a planet, if someone evolved a particular trait based on their bloodline, I could see them using it. I mean, they've done that on Earth. Certain like defects in genetics have run through royal bloodlines.
Yeah. That's how I always interpreted it. Like that's how I explained the difference in blood colors for Klingons.
I'd allow that. I do appreciate this mirroring. That's nice.
Yeah.
Are we still alive?
Yeah. He's like,
Looks like bored us there.
A little bit.
You got a cigarette?
One last ciggy.
I'm fine. Just help me up.
It's a flesh wound.
No, we're gonna put you in the casket. I'm still alive.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he's dying, does he?
Well, Burnham had it on the kill in a dramatic fashion setting,
of course,
so
yes.
it's just below Remick.
They always say it's 2 seconds of a phase. Actually, it's 3: stun, kill, and dramatic effect.
Yeah, well, there's like 16 according to the technical
that's the
manual.
point, yeah. Oh, we're going back in the eye.
Don't know why that was necessary.
bye, Shenzhou.
Bye. Yeah. Yeah, see, they don't explicitly pin it on her in the trial.
I think it goes like, hearsay, isn't it?
Yeah. Because it's all the prisoners in the episode and in the next episode that pin it on her. because they're assholes.
Okay, this is like completely unnecessary.
Yeah.
Do the whole shadow tribunal.
She's getting judged by the Shadow Council and XCOM.
Yeah,
I was thinking more.
She's being tried on Kronos, actually.
The minds
like
of her
smash that metal ball.
It's the council that Nick
For
Fury
your
talks to.
crimes.
Repente.
Yeah, no, put your fucking light, Starfleet.
Technically, there's 3 shins on sitting there right now.
We are sensitive in the light.
Oh, it just reminded me of the Captain America scene that now reminds me of that. The one where the Red Skull is standing in the dark and they turn the light on. That's the same scene as Shin's on, isn't it? Oh my god.
Oh god, it is.
So sorry.
Little do we know, Star Trek Nemesis was the single most influential cinematic masterpiece of the 21st century.
I just view this as an artistic interpretation of Burnham's viewpoint. Like, she's not really seeing any faces.
That's fine. It's just a bit overdramatic.
Well, it's still really goofy though for the viewer. Like, even if you can justify it.
Our budget cuts.
Not if you allow yourself to be lost in Burnham's beautiful brown eyes.
Oh, there we go. In this season, yeah, we go on to this season. So yeah, end of episode. All right, we'll stop at that. Yeah.
Oh man,
that was the Vulcan. I enjoyed that a lot more than I remembered, actually. Despite my,
I love that episode. I love that pilot.
It's pretty good. It has some rough parts.
Yeah,
well, I liked a lot more only because it started like down here. So
we'll improve your opinion eventually.
We will say bye-bye, subs. See you in the review, and ta-ra.
How many shadow tribunals out of 10 are you going to give this one?
Damn it, you preempted me.
Ooh, I'm sure we'll get a zinger.